Columbia. News Hour Final with Jill Crump.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Hundreds of Chilliwack residents have been forced to leave their homes tonight, and hundreds more are on evacuation alert. In the past 2 days, the area has seen more than 30 centimeters of rain. When it rains that hard, it doesn't take long before rivers start to overflow their banks. In the Fraser Valley, many homes underwater tonight. Roads have been washed out, animals left stranded, and trees ripped from the earth by raging water. Despite desperate residents tried to sandbag and trench around their homes, but for many, the effort was in vain. The last time we'd seen this much rain in such a short period of time was 20 years ago. And tonight, all anyone can do is hope the situation doesn't get any worse. Now, of all the areas affected, Vancouver Island and the Fraser Valley have been hit the hardest. Tonight, we have extensive coverage of the flooding, beginning with our Aaron MacArthur, who spent the evening watching the river levels near Chilliwack.
Just after 7 this evening, members of the Chilliwack Search and Rescue Squad go door to door, enforcing a mandatory evacuation alert. 200 homeowners have to leave now.
You have to evacuate your property tonight, sir.
Why? The river's gone down 3.5 feet.
I'm sorry, sir. This is a police-ordered evacuation notice, sir, and everybody in the area has to evacuate.
This is the reason for the evacuation. Water still flowing across the roads at dusk. The Chilliwack River swollen to a point where it's carving a new path. It's not only the homes that are a concern here tonight, it's the roads themselves. There is only one way out of the Chilliwack Valley.
We have Ministry of Environment personnel that are out here from the Surrey office, but they're specialists in flood issues. They're monitoring river levels right now, not just here, but throughout southwestern British Columbia. Ministry of Transportation are also patrolling the roadways, the highways, to make sure that the bridges are safe and looking for any washouts.
The effort to protect property were underway all day. People who live along the Chilliwack River forced to sandbag, hoping the water wouldn't rise enough to do significant damage. For some people, it was already too late. Rob Ulm watched as 3 feet of water poured into his home.
When I opened the door, actually, and ran inside and shut the power off, the water was already cascading through my garage and my front yard, and actually starting to climb fast enough to get into the house.
So it came up quick?
It came up rapidly.
TAMERA PESKUT has lived on the river for 30 years. This afternoon, she and her 94-year-old husband were getting ready for the worst.
Frightening. In the daytime, it's okay. At least you can see you are still on the ground, but I don't know what will happen tonight. I won't sleep for sure.
Tonight, while the river continues to rage, it is now below flood stage. More rain, the worst possible scenario. Now authorities wait to see if all the water from today's storm has already made its way downstream.
The current situation here on the Chilliwack River holding steady, maybe even getting a little better. There hasn't been any rain here in the last couple of hours, and the water level is actually starting to go down. I'm actually standing at where the high water was just before dinner. The property owner at this place using a big rock to mark where the water was. I'm not quite at the sandbags that they put down, but definitely too close for comfort to the house. The water right now down about 4 or 5 feet since that 4:30 high water mark, so things are getting better. Now, overnight, if the rain continues to hold off and the water keeps going down, then emergency officials are going to make a decision whether or not to let those 200 people that were evacuated back into their homes. There will be some of those homeowners that have a lot of damage to their house. One guy we talked to had 3 feet of water in his basement, so there will be people with water damage. Jill?
All right, thank you, Aaron MacArthur. A little